We are joined by driver of the number 24 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. William, thank you so much for joining us ahead of the doubleheader weekend. 2 points paying races. Going to be a huge crowd here at Pocono Raceway with the sold-out infield we just announced 2 days ago. Jam-packed grandstand Saturday and Sunday for a cup race both days, as well as all the other events. What are you looking most forward to for the Poconos this weekend?
Yeah, I'm excited. Pocono is one of my favorite tracks. It's been one of my favorite tracks, and probably my favorite track when I was in the truck series with Rudy and the experience we had there and how well we ran there. So I just look forward to it. It's a challenge. You got to make your car work well in all the different corners, and if your car's working well, it's a really fun day, and you really feel a lot of freedom there because you long straightaways and you can pass and things like that. So fun place. It's got similarities to, when we used to run Indy and just is a really fun racetrack. So I feel like our cars always run pretty well at Pocono. So I think we're going to have a good day.
For that, we'll go to some media questions we have for you. First one, actually getting back to that Truck Series win. You have victory here. You have 4 top 10s. What sort of confidence that helped you build when you come to the Tricky Triangle, related to the doubleheader this weekend?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence just knowing that I've won there in the past and knowing what it takes to win there. And, being in a truck race there and being in Cup and having some really good runs there in Cup too. So I feel like the runs I've had there in Cup have been some of my better runs overall for the year. Last year was a little bit disappointing that, we didn't have better runs there, but the year before, I think we finished top 10 in both. So feel like it's a good track. And like I said, restarts are really important, getting accelerated, the pushing and all that. And everyone fans out, and figuring out when's the right time to fan out and try to make it 3 or 4 wide, or when's the right time to stay in lines. It's tricky. So, and then you got to get settled as you exit turn 1 and try to find your way in line. So, very tough place.
The doubleheader concept, you guys ran a couple doubleheaders last year, obviously ran the doubleheader here at Pocono. How open are you to this doubleheader concept? For Pocono Raceway specifically, we obviously have the top 20 lead lap finish Saturday and Sunday, the same car, 2 races. Go ahead and explain what your thoughts are on the doubleheader format.
Yeah, I really like the doubleheader because you get a chance to work on the car with your team, and you can, have a debrief like you would after practice, but it's even more detailed and dynamic than you would after practice. It's honestly, it's very cool because a lot of times we say, gosh, we wish we would have done this and wish we would have tried this or just had our balance of the car a little bit better. And you can do all those things. And typically everyone makes gains going into the next day, especially the really good teams. So I feel like we're definitely one of those really good teams right now. And, being third in points and being in contention to win almost every race, I feel like we can make those gains going into the second race. So just trying to get close for the first race because we have a great shot at that one starting second, and try to go win that one and then make some adjustments and try to win on Sunday coming through traffic.
Pocono Raceway obviously did not have fans last year. No fans have ever seen a doubleheader concept before. Like I said, the infield is sold out. Ticket sales are very limited for both Saturday and Sunday. You've raced with front of fans now, never with the doubleheader though. What's it like with the energy and fans being back, especially at a place like Pocono where the infield's so large and it's going to be just wall-to-wall campers and RV spots?
Yeah, it's really cool. I like the fact that the fans are able to kind of experience the track all around. Like there's different places you can watch it. If you're in the infield, you can be in turn 1, or turn 2 is really easy because the tunnel's right there. And turn 3, a lot of fans gather around there on the short chute and kind of, as you're doing the ride-alongs before the race, you kind of see all the fans there. So it kind of reminds me of a road course because you can't, probably see the whole racetrack from some spots, but you can see a lot of action in one corner, and there's always a ton of action on the restarts and things. So usually there's a lot of restarts, and you've got to be good on the short runs, and then you've got to have a good strategy. So it's a tough place to get a hold of. I feel like the best teams usually excel at Pocono.
Another question for you here from the media members. Obviously, everyone's talking about Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Larson's won the last 4. What about him stands out differently compared to the rest of your teammates and just the hot streak that 5 team is on currently?
Yeah, I think they're just doing a really good job. I mean, they don't have a true weakness. Obviously, they have a really good driver with Kyle, and their cars have been really fast. They've been probably first on the average speed charts, for most of the races they've won. So they've had the fastest car, and then their pit crew has been phenomenal. So it's hard to beat, those three combinations. Usually that's kind of the trifecta that it takes to win. And I feel like we're right there, though. We had the fastest car at the All-Star race, didn't execute the end of the race like we needed to, with the green flag cycle and everything. But I feel like now we're in a position to go back to Pocono with probably one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car, and try to capitalize on that. So being in the top 3 like we are is great, and I feel like we're just one little step away from winning.
And along those lines, how realistic do you feel at a potential, obviously a little bit ways off, not even in the playoffs yet, but for an HMS Final Four in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I think that would be another record to try to break or to try to set, would be awesome. So for me personally, I that's the goal of every year, is try to make it to the Final Four. It gives you a shot at a championship, and it doesn't matter how you get there. Everyone's got an equal shot. So I feel like for us on the 24, that would be a huge accomplishment. Rudy's first year in the Cup Series, he's blown me away with how quickly he's adapted. I know he's pretty hard on himself, but he's doing a great job, and he's bringing me really fast cars. So I'm extremely excited for the team I've got behind me, and feel like we're just a couple steps away from being really, really good.
To that point, is there any added pressure, obviously, with the way Kyle's been running, on yourself personally, with basically you guys having the same exact equipment, at Hendrick Motorsports?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I think we've been running top 3 or 4 every race, and that's really hard to do in the Cup Series. So I feel like for us, it's more about the details and focusing on those things, and just knowing how good those guys are doing. I mean, it's great to see a teammate, win. It's better than the alternative and not having the equipment to win. So I think honestly, it's exciting. I think it kind of every week that goes by, you get a little more excited and amped up for the race. And more power to them. I mean, they've been doing a great job and executing really well. Like I said, they don't lose spots on pit road, and they keep the lead and dominate the races. So it's we're just right there. So I feel like we're really close.
The next question for you, obviously, the news just broke a little bit earlier about Jeff Gordon being an executive, moving over there to a top executive position at Hendrick Motorsports. If you guys weren't already on a high already for Hendrick Motorsports currently, how does this elevate the organization with Jeff's new role?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think Jeff is really smart. He's got a lot to offer about the sport. From what he's seen in the broadcast booth, it's not like he's been removed at all from the sport, because ever since he's been driving, he's been in the broadcast booth. So he's had a chance to watch the races, watch and see how they develop. And I think he'll give us good perspective. So I feel like he's got a very good idea of what's out there, what's going on. He's probably talked to a lot of teams over the last, 4 to 5 years about what goes on. And I feel like he's going to bring a lot to us to help us continue doing what we're doing, because obviously we're at a high level right now, and just try to keep that up for multiple years.
And Lee Spencer's got to know, that piano behind you, is that one of your Lego projects?
It is. So yeah, that's the first one that I ever built. First Lego I ever built. And I've got Empire State Building is right there. And then there's a space shuttle. Hold on. There's a space shuttle on the table too. So we got a lot of different Legos, but
my God.
we're yeah, it's been fun. I really enjoy them. I've probably built, I don't know, probably 8 so far this year, and I mean, they've all been really fun, and some take more than others depending on the time I have, but usually takes me a few weeks, but yeah, pretty proud of them.
This question comes from our friends at Go Track Hopper. Anything this year that sticks out to you in terms of a maneuver or a pass that you made that really sticks out, that you're super proud of, or kind of one of those things that surprised you and wish that you could repeat over and over again?
I don't know. I don't really think about them too much. It just kind of happened. But I feel like the race we won at Homestead, we went from sixth to first on the last restart. And that was pretty cool, and controlled the race after that. So that was a lot of fun. I think that was one of those cool moments to be able to rally and win like that was pretty awesome.
And then, conversely with that, anything, obviously all drivers remember the wins that they probably don't win more than the wins that they do. Is there anything that you could think of this year that you would have liked to have changed in order to potentially put yourself in victory lane?
I think just the way the All-Star race was, just understanding the format, understanding the green flag sequence, just maximizing all that stuff. I think, always could like to do that better. I think the 600, I think we had a great shot to win that race too. So, yeah, I don't know. Not many regrets this year. I think we've done really good.
And then the final question before you leave, what's next in terms of your Lego building? And then we'll let you get out of here.
So I'm building a friend's apartment Lego that Lego just came out with, actually for my girlfriend. So I'm going to build that for her. And, yeah, so that's really about it. I'm kind of undecided. I've got a few on the list of, I try to keep the larger ones to the off season because they just take up so much time. So we'll see after that.
Well, go ahead and build yourself a Pocono Raceway one after you win potentially this weekend and maybe sweep the Pocono double. Safe travels, my friend. We'll see you very soon. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.